It's morning in America. 9 months into his first term in office, the Biden administration, President Biden, he has been plagued with crisis after crisis, and his approval ratings reflecting those challenges. According to 538's presidential approval tracker, just over 49% disapprove of the job he's doing. Some of his worst poll numbers yet. Joining us now to break down the latest survey, Hannah Trudeau, a senior political correspondent with The Hill. Good morning to you, Hannah. Walk us through these latest poll numbers. What are voters saying about President Biden and his administration's work at this particular point in his presidency, less than a year into it?
Yeah, that's right. Just about 9 months into President Biden's administration, we're seeing some devastating poll numbers for the Democratic Party. And you mentioned his disapproval rating, and what's equally shocking is that his approval rating in most aggregate averages is around 43%, and that's lower than what many Democrats want him to see. Now, in one recent survey, a Quinnipiac poll placed the president at 38%. And what's particularly interesting among that survey is that when you break down the demographics, he is extremely low and dropping significantly among one crucial block that helped get him elected, and that's independents. In that same survey, he polled at just 32% approval among independents. And these are the swing state voters that he will have to win over in 2024. And of course, ahead of that in the midterms, these down ballot candidates are wondering what he can do to bring that approval rating up so that they have something to campaign on themselves.
Do you think it's the Afghanistan pullout, or has it been his response to COVID, the recent mandates for vaccination for employers? What is it that has these approval ratings tanking so much?
Yeah, there's a bevy of reasons. I mean, number one is that COVID is something that the administration just believes has plagued his early time in office here, and it's something that there's this fatigue out there of COVID. Of course, we've seen the Delta variant surge, and the president with the vaccine, they believe that they've made some progress within the administration, but there's still this degree of hesitancy. There's still a degree of pushback from the GOP as well, and so that's been plaguing the first 9 months here. On top of that, like you mentioned, Afghanistan was widely perceived by the public and from what we've seen in the polls as a bungled response, and it's something that the administration has not been able to sort of ricochet from. But on top of that, I would add one other component to it, and that's voting rights. That's something that is incredibly important in poll after poll, securing fundamental democratic principles to some of the same voters, again, who got him elected. These are primarily voters of color, black voters in a state like Georgia, for example, where they came out in droves for the president. They want to see a return on the investment. And since we know that the president has refused to push very prominently for the filibuster reform, voting rights is something that will not be done, at least at this point we haven't seen, and it's not likely to be done before the midterms. So those are kind of the factors that voters are looking at when they're thinking of these low numbers.
Well, we'll see how this affects the entire Democratic Party. Thank you so much, Hannah Trudeau from The Hill. Appreciate it.